Hey friend, welcome back to Beloved Life. I'm Amy, and today's video is a little bit different, and honestly, it's one of my favorite kinds to make. My niece is turning 13, and I'm so excited about her gift this year. She's getting her very first spiral journaling Bible, and I'm setting it up for her today before I wrap it. I'm going to be adding her tabs and also including a set of Bible highlighters and pens. Here I am unpacking all 5 volumes of this beautiful spiral journaling Bible. So, in this video, I'm going to take you through exactly how I'm prepping this Bible, why I made the choices I made, and if you're thinking about doing something similar for your daughter, a granddaughter, a niece, a friend, or just anyone in your life, this video will be super helpful for you too. So, let's get into it. All right, first we're going to start with the Pentateuch, which is the first 5 books of the Old Testament. And I'm going to set all of these beautiful little things aside. And here's sheet number 1. I do like how these sheets are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. One other thing that is really cool that I noticed about these tabs is that they not only have the book of the Bible, but they also have just like a little more descriptive thing of what each book is. So for example, Genesis, it says creation, covenant. Exodus, it says redemption, law. Leviticus, holiness and worship. Numbers, wilderness, rebellion. So I've never seen that before in Bible tabs, and I think that is really cool and really unique to this set. I also love that it came with a cute little leather bookmark, and it also came with a little scripture card. I thought there's another one under here, but maybe not. A little scripture card. I might write my niece a little note on there. And then it says to dear on here. It looks like a little thank you card from the company. So very cute packaging, I must say. They were a little pricier than some of the tabs I've bought in the past, but these are the ones my niece had on her list, and I think it was worth it, especially to have these extra little descriptors on there is really, really cool. So we're going to set that aside. All right, now we're going to slide our sleeve off. And oh, it also came with this Bible tabs installation guide. I'm not really sure. Okay, this is really huge. And at first I was like, wait, this doesn't make any sense. But now it does because it is for the width. These tabs look to be relatively wide. And honestly, it looks like we're gonna only probably not be able to fit one of them potentially on there. So I am gonna use this. I am gonna trim along this line here, and then I will line it up. All right, so I'm just gonna get our first sheet here. And so excited. These are beautifully bound. I've been using the New Testament one for about a month or so, and it has held up really, really well. I love the nice hard covers. As you can see, they're pretty thick, so they are a beautiful addition to your collection. They're obviously not very portable, so you would want to make sure that this is something you're okay with keeping at home. So here we've got the contents. It shows us everything that it'll have, a preface. Then we've got our 5 books of the Jewish Old Testament, and then a table of weights and measures. So we are going to flip to the preface. It talks about the translation, the philosophy behind the translation, the style, certain terms, really just nice detail about this translation. All right, and then here we are in Genesis. So what I really love about these is that I love to flip mine like this, so I just have one page at a time, and I'm certainly going to use this while I am tabbing. So we will line up I like to do it so that I leave space here to line my tab up. going to go like this, and we're lining up the dotted line with the top of the Bible page. So it looks like we are going to be pretty tight here if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think what we'll do is actually, I might line this up with the top of the page and then just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tabs. I think that will actually be a little bit better. So I'm not going to use the dotted line. I'm going to use the top of this guide. Then I do like to do a little fold here so that when I lay it down and make sure it doesn't move, it's nice and tight there. So, all right, let's get started. So I always like to kind of bend them a little bit here before I put them on. And then we are going to line this up. I like to line up these little guys with my edge, and they're not going to be perfect, and I have to be okay with that. Press that down. Then the most important thing is to make sure you only have one page. Sometimes I'll even check the page numbers just to make sure, like, okay, don't have 2 pages in there. And then since we've pre-folded it, it should fold over nice and easily. I like to just kind of push it in the middle. I crease it, and then I press the bottom part. And then there we have beautiful tab. These are going to be so pretty on here. All right, now we'll flip to Exodus. I like seeing the tabs I've already done. So I'm going to actually start tabbing them from the back and then flipping forward. So I'm going to flip past this first page of numbers. And then now this way, when I put it on, this is another way for me to just make sure I'm putting them in the correct spot. So here I can see my 3. And then what I'll do is I'm actually going to, will that work? Don't think that will work to line that up. So I'm going to have to line it up this way, which is just fine because I can see them well enough over here. And then same thing, same process. I'm going to pre-fold them a little bit, get it nice and lined up. And then I'm going to come in here. Crease. All right, now we have our numbers. And last but not least in this one, we will have our Deuteronomy. Again, I'm going to flip this page here. And all right, so here we have our Pentateuch, and it is all tabbed and ready to go. I really love how she picked out these really pretty tabs to go with this book so nicely, and the nice like neutral aesthetic that it has. So, all right, I'm going to start working on the next book, which is the history. And then I'm going to speed it up a little bit just because otherwise we'll be here for hours upon hours. And the process is pretty much the same. Okay, first let's talk about what is so unique about a spiral journaling Bible specifically. Most journaling Bibles have wide margins on the side for notes and art, but the spiral format is literally a game changer because the pages lay completely flat. And for somebody who's just getting started, especially someone like a teenager, that flat open binding makes it so much less intimidating to actually use those margins. She's not going to have to fight to keep the spine open and flat. She can set it on her desk. She can use both her hands at the same time and doodle and highlight and write without the Bible flopping shut on her. I love that this format says from the very beginning, this Bible is meant to be used, colored in, and messed up. It's not just a shelf Bible, it's a living document. I really hope she fills every single one of these margins. If you're watching this and you want to do something similar for one of the girls in your life, a daughter, a granddaughter, a mentee, I hope this gave you a great starting point. It doesn't have to be elaborate. A gold Bible, a set of pens, and a little bit of intention can go a really long way. If you want to see the specific Bible and supplies I used, I'll link everything in my Amazon storefront down below. It's my Bible study essentials list, and I keep it updated with the things that I'm actually using and recommend. If you like this video and you'd like more gift ideas, Bible journaling tips, and just the honest, messy middle of faith and life, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.